This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sound. This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams and Michelangelo's Plumbing Incorporated. It is September 21st, 2021. We're performing a waistline inspection and location, and we are located at 9410 9410 Owensmouth Avenue in Chatsworth, California. We are going to begin running through a 4-inch cast iron cleanout that is located in the wall behind the women's bathroom, I believe it is. And it's on the bank where the men's restroom and the women's restroom is located inside. And this is the inside of our building. And we're trying to locate, there's blue lines on the floor, blue paint lines on the floor. Trying to locate in this area how deep and where the sewer line is for demo purposes. This is our 4-inch cast iron cleanout, and we're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the opening of the cast iron cleanout. Okay, we're zeroed out. Drop our camera in, making slight turns. Made a couple turns. We have a little bit of debris in the line. We're going to pause for just a moment and try and locate this and see exactly where we're at for a moment. Okay, we pushed in a little ways. I believe we're running right along the bank of the toilets, and we're going to go inside and we're going to take a look. Okay, we're going to resume recording, and we're running right along the bank of toilets in the women's room right now. I believe we're going to run straight through all the way past the bank of toilets in the men's room. We have some debris and some buildup in the cast iron, which is typical of older cast iron piping. We were running straight through, and we should make a turn toward the end. Holding back a little water, we've got some debris in there. We actually have some water coming through, probably a toilet that's running, possibly in the men's room. Now we're making a turn. So we're going to locate it right there where it's straight and where we see that water. So we're going to pause for just a moment again, locate that area. Okay, we've located this area that is right by the last toilet in the men's room. As you walk in the men's room, it would be the toilet on the far right. And that's where we're located right now. We're going to push in some more, push in further, and we're going to make a turn. And then we're going to locate exactly where we come out. Turn. We're going to pause and locate that area for a moment. Okay, we marked this area at about 2 foot 9 inches deep. Now we're going to push out a couple more feet so we can get right on top of the line. Pause right there for a moment. Okay, we're going to push through now. Push out a little ways. Check the rest of the line that we can see. Got some water running in the bathroom. Somewhere. We got some scaling and some buildup, corrosion. but not terrible. Appears to be in fairly decent condition for about a 35, 40-year-old cast iron line. Okay, we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we're going to resume recording. We marked this area on the opposite wall at 2 foot 8 inches deep before it goes into the other building. We're just going to run out just a little bit, take a look at the line. Looks to be in about the same condition. And we're making a turn right there, making a drop. And it's kind of a sharp turn. Being out that far, we're not going to be able to make that turn. We're going to pull back and we're going to run through another clean out that's in the floor toward the back of the shop, so we can find out what the depth is of the sewer line, or waste line, excuse me, of the waste line in the back. Pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to continue pulling back. Back inside the bathrooms on the plumb wall that runs along the toilets. A little bit of debris in the line. The line appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Going up and out of our waistline clean out. We're going to go ahead and move our camera towards the back. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're at the back of toward the back of the shop, and there's a 2-inch drain line right here. It's toward the back of the shop. I'm going to zero out our camera monitor right here, take a look and try and find out how deep the waste line is here. Okay, we're zeroed out, dropping in. We're going to try and locate this area. We're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to resume recording. We marked this area at 2 foot deep, just in front of where the 2-inch drain is, a few feet. We're just going to run through This appears to be ABS plastic piping. So this was probably installed fairly recent. A lot more recent than the original piping. And then it looks like we transition to cast iron. Could be cast iron, could be just that clean. That looks like cast iron. This other piping appears to be pretty clean. Didn't really look like cast iron as clean as it is. And then we make a drop out further. And that's about as far as we can go right there. It does look like cast iron, looks pretty clean. We're going to go ahead and pull out of here. Very difficult to tell. Top of the piping looks pretty clean. A little tiny bit of buildup on the bottom, but it does look more like cast iron than it does ABS plastic. Could be a combination as well. Very hard to tell. Pulling back, we're going to pull up and out of our drain line clean out. That is ABS plastic, there's no doubt about it. So there is at least a combination of ABS plastic and cast iron possibly. That concludes our drain line inspection from this end of the building. We're going to move to the other end of the building and run through the bathroom areas. So we're going to pause again. Okay, we're going to resume recording now. And we are in the hallway just outside the 4 bathrooms on the north end of the building that have the wooden doors. They're a little bit fancier than the other restrooms. And we're going to begin. This is our hallway, and we're down from the kitchen area. And this is our 4-inch ABS plastic cleanout. So we're going to zero out our camera monitor here. And we're going to drop down inside the ABS plastic. Into quite a bit of gunk. There's quite a bit of buildup in the line. I'm going to try and run some water in here and see if we can flush that camera lens off. Okay, now we hear the water coming in, and we should see water by the camera lens hopefully in a moment. There we go. Okay, we've rinsed the camera lens off now. We can see a lot better. We're going to shut the water off. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll wash that lens off. Couldn't see anything. Okay, we're going to go ahead and locate this area real quick to see where we're at. Okay, we're going to resume recording right now. We marked this area out. On the other side of the wall from the hallway are 2 robots, and we're closest to the first robot to the hallway. And we marked this area with red crayon at 3 foot 8 inches deep. So we're going to continue to run through. And this is cast iron piping. debris in the line. Holding back a little bit of water due to the debris. Looks like it's going pretty straight. Should be coming up to a turn here fairly soon. There's some cracking that we just saw a little bit in the bottom right there, but I think that's cracking and just the buildup and not the piping. We're going to run out for a moment and just locate where we're at. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to resume recording. And we've located and marked this area out with red crayon on the dividing wall to the next building over. And it is 4 foot, 11 inches deep. And it's in line with the robots. It comes from the hallway underneath this wall, dividing between the hallway and where the robots are, and then goes straight all the way across the other main room, and we located it right at the other wall, which is 4 foot 11 inches deep. So now we're going to continue to pull back. And as I said, there is some debris, there's some scaling and buildup in the line, and this line could use hydrojetting in the future. You could end up with issues where the cast iron is rough enough where it's going to catch debris, paper, and such if you have enough people in the building, and possibly causing stoppages. But the line does appear to be intact at this time and functional. Okay, we've resumed recording and now we're toward the front of the building. There's the front window. That's going into the lobby of the building. And we have a 4-inch cast iron clean out right here. Our mark for our 2 foot 8 inches deep for the sewer is probably about 7-8 feet over from us right there. It's marked in red crayon. We're going to zero out our camera monitor and just locate this line, see where it goes. Drop down in there, zero out, and we're zeroed out. Drop down in this cast iron line. And it makes a turn, and I believe it goes into the other building, but we'll find out. I'm going to locate right now, so we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we've resumed recording, and we've marked this area at about 9 inches deep. We're going to go ahead and push out now. Made our turn. We're going to pause and locate that area. And that will conclude our waste line and drain line inspection inside the building for Machina Labs.